Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. Give me a second. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl, Natthews here. For those of you that are new, my name is Natalie Hughes. I'm a psychic medium, life mindset, and manifestation coach. In my business and on my platform, I help professional women to co-create emotionally fulfilled and purpose-driven lives for themselves. In today's video, we are tapping into the energy, this powerful energy of the full moon eclipse in Pisces. Now, all of my readings are timeless, so I'm not really going to be talking too much about the astrology unless messages come out specifically about the astrology. If you're finding this around the time of another different full moon eclipse and you still want to pick a pile, go ahead and do so, right? If you just want to tap into messages that you need to hear and you feel drawn to this video, then go ahead and do that, right? So, as we are preparing to get into it, I just want to remind you guys, as always, this is a live reading. So the timestamps will be added for each of the piles at the end of the stream. Once I'm finished and I've logged off, I'll update it. Also, I always have my chat covered up so that I can concentrate. I really appreciate your messages in the live chat, so feel free to comment on the messages that are coming through in the reading. And yeah, I'll just respond and read in the middle. I mean, not in the middle. I'll respond and read after I'm finished with each pile. Okay? Okay, there's 3 piles for you to choose from today. So go ahead and select the picture or pictures that stand out the most in your mind. They are numbered. And you'll have to excuse my voice and my throat for right now. I'm not sick. I just irritated my throat earlier. It sounds more scandalous than it was. I was eating a cookie and I irritated my throat trying to swallow this dry ass cookie. I didn't like where our imagination could have taken us with what I just said. Anyway, so okay. Let's jump into this with pile number 1. Hello, my lovely pile number 1s. How are you doing? Happy full moon eclipse in Pisces. Like I said in the introduction, you can watch this at any time, whether it's another full moon or it's not a full moon at all. Just do what feels best for you. We're going to tap into this and we're going to be doing kind of a specific spread that I came up with an old friend of mine. So years ago, a friend of mine we met up for like a full moon ritual and we came up with this spread. Give me a second to take a sip of my tea. So we met up for a full moon ritual, and full moons are a time astrologically and energetically of releasing. And so we connected, and the spread that we pulled was a 2-card spread. It was 1 card for what am I releasing, and it was another card for what am I receiving. And so the idea is that we release something in order to embrace something else. We release what's no longer serving us. We release limiting beliefs. We release whatever in order to make room and in order to make space to embrace something that's going to help us, something that's going to serve us, okay? So that's going to be the foundation for tonight's reading. We're going to first start off by looking at what is it that you're being called to release, what's no longer serving you, and then we're going to look at and what are you embracing? What are you being called to embrace in its place? All right? So if that sounds good to you, be sure to like the video and let's get started. So the first card that we have out is the card that you selected when you chose your pile. It's number 24. It says space, time, and self. Infinity Reincarnation 5D. It says trust in the places you feel guided towards. So immediately this is giving me like Alice in Wonderland vibes. Okay. I don't even know how that's going to be relevant, but that's the first thing that came to mind, Alice in Wonderland, and then something else. So trust in the places you feel guided towards, being in our position of what do you need to release. I feel like the message that's coming through is around you trusting yourself and you trusting your intuition. And it's kind of like there's this calling. Now they're showing me Moana. See the line where the sky meets the sea? It calls me. And no one knows how far it goes. I feel like you're having this Moana moment. What does she say? I've been staring at the edge of the water for as long as I can remember. There's something that you want. There's a dream that you have. And so now we're tapping into the fact that this is a full moon in Pisces. Pisces is about our dreams. Pisces is about our fantasies. It's about our imagination. And in manifestation, our imagination is what creates, not just in manifestation, but in life, right? The way that reality works, our imagination is where we create. And Virgo, being the opposite sign of Pisces, Virgo is about the practical. Virgo is about the steps and the actions that we are taking in our daily life in order to make those dreams a reality. So Pisces is the imagination, it's the energy, it's the vibration that you're embodying. And Virgo is the intuitive action that we are led to take along the way that naturally results in the manifestation of our desires, right? So trust in the places you feel guided towards. Pile number 1, you have a dream. Okay. And this could be a dream that you've had since lunch. For some of you, this is a dream that you just became aware of last week, literally. Okay. For others of you, this is a dream that you have had since you were a kid. It's a dream that you've had for the past 3 years. You get me. You have a dream. You have a desire. And you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your heart's desire. You're getting caught up in your limiting beliefs. You're getting caught up in the fear that maybe it's not going to happen. Maybe it's not going to work. I want to drive a car like that. I want to live in an apartment like that. I want to travel like that. I want to stay in a hotel like that. But I don't have the money. But I don't have this, but I don't know how I'm going to get the income. I want to start that business, but I don't know how I'm going to blah, 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 blah. You've been using your Virgo energy. You don't have to be a Virgo. This is just the archetype that this energy represents. You've been using your Virgo energy to undermine yourself. You're cutting yourself off at the knees. It's like you're putting the cart before the horse, which is really interesting because when people use that, what is that called? When you put the cart before the horse, what is that? Is that a metaphor? Is that what literary device is that? You're putting the cart before the horse. I can't think of the name of that. It doesn't matter. When people typically say you're putting the cart before the horse, they're like, hey, you're not being practical enough. Hey, you've got this great big idea and vision, but you have no idea how to bring it to fruition. You got too much dip on your chip. But the message is coming through for you at 11:11 is that you putting the cart before the horse is you giving up on your dreams before you've actually put effort towards manifesting them. So you're saying, I want to build this business. I want to start this business. I want to take my income to the next level. And then immediately you go, well, that's going to cost me hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I don't have hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I don't know how to make hundreds of thousands of dollars. I've had an actual call with someone who they told me a great idea for a business that they have. And she says, but that sounds like a $500,000 idea. Doesn't that sound like a $500,000 idea? I don't have $500,000. And I said, where did you get $500,000 from? That was a number that she made up in her own head. She didn't look at leasing offices. She didn't look into licensing and what it costs. She didn't know how much it's going to cost to start up that LLC. She didn't have any concrete numbers. She didn't have any concrete proof that said this venture would be way too expensive for her. It wasn't about the $500,000 because the $500,000 price tag was not real. It didn't exist. Nobody told her that she needed $500,000 to start this business. And we're not saying that businesses don't cost money. We're not saying that it doesn't take money to run a business or to get a business up and running. But in that example, she put the financial cart before the horse. There are certain steps and things that you need to do before you get that $500,000 bill. Step number 1 would probably be to start doing research on what is it going to take for that commercial leasing? What is commercial real estate looking like? What am I going to need? What kind of credit am I going to need? Do I need business credit to open up a storefront? What kind of licenses am I going to need in order to be able to run this cosmetics business? And so the first step is not sign a check for $500,000 to have this business. The first step might be enroll in cosmetology school for $350 or for $3,000. I don't know. I've never looked into it. I don't know how much it costs. No disrespect, right? But I know that it's not $500,000. And if the goal is $350 for this cosmetology school, or for the down payment, or $3,000 for blah, 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 we can start saving up for that. We can save $5 at a time. We can save $20 at a time. We can save pennies at a time, right? We can take those little steps. That's using your Virgo energy in a supportive way. Right now, you're using your mind to undermine yourself. You're using your mind to stop yourself. And it's partially because you're not trusting yourself. You're not trusting your dream. You're not trusting your vision. Subconsciously, you're saying, I could never do that, so I'm going to give up. I can never do that. I'm not capable of opening and operating a successful, profitable business. So your mind is going to come up with a number that seems impossible. And then while you're focusing on the number, your subconscious mind, sneaky, silly girl, is still telling that story. I'm incapable, I'm incapable, I'm incapable, I'm incapable. So there's like a smoke and mirrors thing going on because you're focusing on the 500,000 when really you should be focusing on the story that you're incapable. And when you overcome the story that you're incapable, you get to see the 500,000 for the non-issue that it is. Because there are grants that exist. There are funds that exist. There is financial support and loans and all of these things and investors and angel investors. There is financial support that is always available to you. So let's take it back. Trust in the places you feel guided towards. What is your dream? Pile number 1. You know what it is. Either you're already consciously aware of it, or this full moon eclipse energy is bringing that up within you. You will be aware of it in the next few days. You could be having dreams about it. What are you experiencing in your dreams? Whether it's the failure of something or the success of something. A message coming through for you is definitely to keep a dream journal. So you've got a desire. I want to go there. I want to move there. I want to work there. I want to work with people like this. I want to help them in this way. I want to get paid like this. I want to make money like that. I want to be in a relationship like this. I want to feel like this. I want to wake up every morning feeling like this. I want a wardrobe that looks like that. I want to put on clothes and feel confident in my body like that. You have a dream. Maybe multiple. Doesn't matter. You have a dream. Right now, what you're being encouraged to release is the habit and the fear that's saying, I might not make it, so I should just give up. It's not going to work. Nobody's buying, so I should stop sending emails. It's not going to work. Nobody's buying, so I should stop posting on social media. It's not going to work. Nobody's hiring, so I should stop sending out my applications. It's not going to work. People don't want to work with me. It's so hard in the industry right now, so I should just stay at the job that I'm at. So I should just stay where I am. With this full moon energy, you have the energetic and spiritual support needed to help you release that fear and to help you release the way that you have been holding yourself back. And as you work to release that fear, as you decide, I am willing to fight for my dream, then you can embrace the intuitive steps and actions that are available to you. So here's what's coming through. When you start taking action, your next right steps will be made available to you. You don't have to have the hundredth step ready to go and in place. Right now you're saying, I can't do step 1 because step 10, I don't have a way to do step 10. For step 10, I need more money. For step 10, I need more blah, 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 blah. If you guys are listening to my podcast, Naked and Noisy, you should be. It gets uploaded to the YouTubes. It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Music. It's on its own fucking website. You should be tuned in, tapped and turned on to Naked and Noisy. Manifestation Tools for the Professional Woman. It's an amazing podcast. It gets updated every Monday and Thursday, girl. And if you've been listening to the podcast the past couple of episodes, you've heard me talk about my wedding venue that I found. It's fabulous. It's amazing. It's luxurious. It's elegant. It's classy. It's everything that I am. It's literally me. Place of my dreams. And when I start talking about that wedding, I say, I know what you're thinking, audience member. You're thinking, nephews, you don't have a groom. You don't have a fiance. And to that, I respond, the fiance is implied. That will get figured out. Some things are just none of my business. And that's manifestation. Oh my God, it's so silly. Oh my God, it's so impractical. Yeah, that's what it takes to be the creator of your reality deliberately. Because you're already creating. You're creating no matter what. You're creating whether or not you journal. You're creating whether or not you script. You're creating whether or not you EFT tap. You're creating whether or not you heal from your childhood shit. You're creating all the time, 24/7. This physical reality is responding back to your vibration no matter what you do. That's just a fact. So being the creator of your reality, the deliberate co-creator of your reality, means I understand that there are certain vibrational laws that are always in place. I'm going to take advantage of the laws of attraction that are already in place. And I'm going to use my energy. I'm going to use my thoughts. I'm going to use my focus to become and stay a vibrational match to that which I desire. Whether it's more money, the dream relationship, yada, yada, yada. You are you are choosing to be the deliberate co-creator of your reality. And that means sometimes your physical reality is reflecting back the old shit to you. My physical reality is reflecting back the old story that I don't have a man in my life who loves me and shows up for me and commits to being in a romantic relationship for me. That's the old story. I know how to move through the old story. I know how to process the source of the old story at the root. I know how to heal myself. I know how to pour love into myself. I know how to rewire my subconscious mind. Because I have all of those skills, what happens in my physical reality is none of my business. I'm the creator of my reality. And so I choose to see my dream wedding occurring. I choose to see the relationship of my desire manifested. I choose to remain a vibrational match to that until it feels normal and natural for me to be in that vibration. It's just who I am. It's just how I live. It's just what I think. Then my subconscious mind is rewired. And by that time, it's already manifested in my physical reality. I'm celebrating my 1-year anniversary. What I'm saying is the completion of the 10th step is implied. The completion of the 5th step is implied. The manifestation of the $500,000, if that's what you actually need to operate that business, the manifestation of that money, the funds in your bank, that money being paid to the leasing people, to the tax people, it is implied. The message that's coming through from the universe is that you're holding yourself back because you're going, I'm not going to believe until my physical reality tells me that it's possible. I'm not going to believe that people can afford my services until my physical reality shows up with the clients to prove it. And then I'll believe. I'm not going to believe that I'm highly sought after in my industry until people start seeking me out and paying me the rates that I desire. And then I'll believe it. I'm not going to believe that I'm getting married until somebody comes up to me and asks me to marry him. And then I'll believe it. And that sounds really, really smart when you're living in a hyper masculine way, which a lot of people are. When you're only willing to believe in what you can see and taste and touch and feel and hear and smell. But unfortunately, this physical reality is a reflection of the past. Your physical reality is a reflection of how you were vibrating yesterday and the week before and the month before, so on and so forth. We don't create progress in our life without hope. We don't create progress in our lives. We don't create progress in terms of civil justice and humanitarian work unless we are willing to see something that has yet to manifest and to believe in it and to will it into existence. Martin Luther King could not see or taste or touch or feel or hear or smell desegregation. He quite literally only had a motherfucking dream. And he was a Pisces moon too. This is very aligned. This is very aligned. He was either a Pisces moon or Mercury. But I'm pretty sure, I'm like 99% sure it was a Pisces moon. Look it up yourself. He definitely had Pisces placements. This I know for sure. He had a dream. Civil rights leaders. Icons. We would not have the world that we have today. We would not have the physical reality, the Virgo, the things that we can see and taste and touch and feel and hear and smell. We would not have that today if it were not for Martin Luther King taking a chance on a dream and fighting for that dream. He had the dream first. He committed to the dream first. And then the inspired action of, what is that called? 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 Civil disobedience. And then the inspired action of civil disobedience was something that came to him, was something that came into his awareness, was something that resonated with him. He had the dream and he committed to the dream. Civil rights leaders had a dream and they committed to the dream. And then the ideas and inspirations of congregating in churches and having meetings and planning that civil disobedience, planning those demonstrations, planning how to advocate for themselves, their communities, their families, their people, and also like the entire fucking world, right? Sometimes all you have is a fucking dream. Yesterday or 2 days ago, I had to block somebody for pissing me off. In the comment section of my video, she said, number one is actually Delulu. First of all, I'm not going to say what I want to say because that's just mean and we don't need to be mean. Do you see how I caught myself? Very cutesy, very mindful, very demure. First of all, I personally in my own life have met people through crazy synchronicities. Jordan, she's here all the time in our lives, right? You guys probably know Jordan. She's a moderator. She's a very close friend of mine. When I graduated high school, I was only seriously considering going to one college in California, and that college was Sonoma State. And the reason why was because I was pre-med, and Sonoma State had a really, really, really good pre-med program. Like, they had like 100% acceptance rate into medical schools. I was considering going to Sonoma State for college, but I didn't. I ended up going to New York City instead. Jordan, who is 3 years older than me, went to and graduated from Sonoma State University. So I didn't meet Jordan until a couple of years later when I started a YouTube channel, and she was guided to watch my YouTube videos, and she started hanging out with me on lives, and then I opened up personal coaching, and she signed on to be one of my personal clients, and then we got to know each other. But if I did not meet Jordan online on YouTube, and I chose a different life path, and I went to Sonoma State, I probably would have run into her on campus, because I would have done creative work, and she was doing creative work on campus. So when I'm talking about meeting people by chance and bumping into people and soulmate interactions and different things like that, I have 1,000,001 different examples of that shit happening to me. I'm sorry you're not a believer and you're committed to being a lame bitch. That's your prerogative. But with this full moon eclipse in Pisces energy, we have to understand that everything is possible. And the people that are living extraordinary lives, the people that are living their dream lives, they do not get there by being practical. If you were born into poverty, the practical thing is for you to live in poverty the way that your parents did until the day that you die. If you were born into an abusive household, the practical thing, the normal natural consequence of your life experience would be for you to live in an abusive household, for you to be in an abusive relationship, for you to raise your children in an abusive, unsafe home, just like you were raised in. That's the practical. If you grew up being neglected and abused and abandoned by men, the practical thing for you to do is to continue to expect abuse and abandonment and neglect by men. That's the practical. You want to look at the physical, you want to only touch, you want to only trust the things that you can taste and see and touch and feel and hear and smell. That's what you got. Is that smart? Is that the smart thing to do? Are you better than everyone else because you're only willing to believe in the practical and in the things that make sense? Or are you feeling silly because you look silly to me? Women who make history, women who break generational curses, they are willing to believe in their dreams. There was nothing practical about what Harriet Tubman did. There was nothing practical about the Underground Railroad. There were practical steps and people who supported and allies that helped to support that dream. But everything in Harriet Tubman's reality told her that she was an enslaved woman, that she would probably always be an enslaved woman, and that it wasn't right for her to expect more. The way that Black people were treated in this country The way that we were dehumanized and spoken to and spoken about as if we did not feel, as if we were not human. At one point in time, it was not practical for Black mothers to expect to be able to raise and be in harmony and be in community with their children, because at one point in real life time, it was probable, very probable, that her children would be ripped away from her and sold, probably never to be seen again. That was what the fuck was going on in the practical. So being super practical and only trusting the math and the science and the things that you can see and the thing, it sounds good until we really start having a conversation about what it takes to progress. And then we realize that we need hope. And we realize that we have to have a dream. Pile number 1, you have a dream. The message that's coming through from Spirit is that if you choose and decide to fight for your dream, to fight for the manifestation of your happiness, to fight for your financial wealth and freedom, to fight for your emotionally fulfilling relationship, to fight for that equal partnership, to fight for your dream home, to fight for your dream car and lifestyle and travel, all you need to know is, what is my next right step? You take this shit one day at a time. You take this shit one step at a time. And from that place, your next right step will always be made apparent to you. The way that I do it is that my first step is always getting my energy and my mindset together. That's what I do. My first step is always scripting, EFT tapping, meditating, and beginning to tap into the energy of what would it be like to have my desire? What would it be like to have that next level of success? What would it be like to have women commenting on my YouTube telling me they're so excited to be in my world, that they're loving my products and they're loving my offers and I'm changing their lives? I start with the energetic. And from that place, I'm inspired on podcast episodes to do and YouTube videos to do and how frequently to do those videos, and a million different tools that I've been led to over the past 6 years that I've been in business. The message coming through with this full moon eclipse is, take that first step. Comment down below, I'm taking it one day at a time. If you're claiming this, if you are now choosing to fight for your dream and to show up, even if you don't know what you're going to do on day 30, you're like, okay, God, show me what to do right now. This is day 1. I'm taking it one day at a time. I'm taking it one step at a time. Okay? Oh my God, this pile is so good, and it actually really aligns so perfectly with today's featured program. I wanted to talk to you guys about Evidently Easy, and it's this value-packed miniature course that's made to help you dethrone difficulty so that you can stop expecting to struggle your way towards success, and you can actually allow your desires to manifest with less effort than ever before. Evidently Easy is the perfect next right step for you, group number 1, because this is going to help you trust your intuition and trust your inner being. You will tap into the energy of this program, and you'll start tapping into that vibration of answers and inspiration. The more that you connect with your inner being, the more that you connect with this idea and concept and vibration of easeful manifestation. That's the right people coming into your life at the right time. You're already receiving messages that resonate with you at the right time. Why can't you receive the right resources? Why can't you receive the right income? Why can't you receive the right references? Why can't you receive the right job listings at the right time? You absolutely can. And Evidently Easy is the program where I teach you my mindset tips and tricks and tools that I use when I feel like I'm stuck in struggle and I feel like I'm stuck in difficulty. This is how I get unstuck. This is how I find what is my next right step. I start finding that positive movement and I start allowing myself to receive the real life physical manifestation of my desires with ease. Okay. Until Sunday, September 14th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can save between $216 and $222 when you enroll in Evidently Easy. Okay? Learn more, look over the payment options, and get instant access to all of the modules when you enroll by clicking the link in the description box. I love you lots. Thank you for being here. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way to enrolling in Evidently Easy, and I'll talk to you in the next video. Okay, seeing if anything is going on in the live chat. Hi, Roots. How are you, sweet pea? Hi, Jordan. Ooh, Alice. Okay, that's a unique vibe. I don't even think we even talked about Alice in Wonderland. I don't know. Maybe that was just a message that one person needed to hear. Hi, Tia. How are you? Jordan is singing along to Moana. Exactly. Jordan says, yes, it's like a putting all of the eggs in one basket saying, or counting the eggs before they hatched. Yes, exactly. I just can't think of the name of the literary device. I think it's a metaphor. I'm pretty sure it's a metaphor. Jordan says, such a powerful message. Thank you. Hi, Lamore Alice. Oh my God. We talked about Alice in Wonderland at the beginning. And then Alice shows up. So I don't know. Maybe I just needed to say Alice's name. Maybe I was just calling her. I was summoning you, Alice. And it was 111 on the chat, I believe. Or I don't know. I don't know why you said 111, but I'll take it. Jordan says, you truly have to believe there is different out there and that you're worthy to receive better. Literally. Hi, Pineapple Kisses and Rainbow Wishes. How are you doing, sweet pea? All right, let's move on to pile number 2. Hello, my lovely pile number 2s. Welcome to your reading where you are receiving messages from Spirit around this full moon eclipse in Pisces. Oh my God, I just got the craving for Costco pizza, like, so fucking bad. Is Costco closed right now? I need to get a Costco pizza in my mouth in the next 5 motherfucker. Costco pizza is closed. Welcome to your reading. We're getting messages for the full moon eclipse. I'm on my period and I'm sorry, I have to get the girl what she's craving. I have to get her what she's craving 24/7, 365, but especially during times like this. You get it. Anyway, full moon eclipse messages. Right now we're having the full moon eclipse in Pisces. You can also be listening when it's a regular full moon, or you can be listening when it's not a full moon at all and you just feel guided, right? So let's get into your messages. You chose the card 33. It says, grow together. Community, connection, reciprocation. Find those who inspire you to bloom. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so find those who inspire you to bloom. What are you releasing in order to receive? Okay. Pile number 2, the way that we're setting up this reading is based on a full moon spread that I came up with alongside an old friend of mine several years ago. We were celebrating a full moon. Full moons are a time of releasing. And so we did a 2-card spread. One card was for what am I releasing? And the next card was for what am I allowing in? The idea and concept is that you release something in order to gain something. You release something which makes space for you to receive something new, something better, something upgraded, right? So we have find those who inspire you to bloom, grow together. What I feel the message for you around releasing with this full moon eclipse in Pisces is around your friendships. It's around your relationships. It's around the people that you surround yourself with. Okay. For some of you, they're singing this song, they're smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. They're backstabbers, okay? So for some of you, I'm not getting for all of you, you may have people in your life that are jealous of you, that are not really supporting your goals. And here's the thing, jealousy in and of itself is not a crime. However, when we experience the emotion of jealousy and we don't know what to do with that, and then as a consequence we hurt people around us, that's when jealousy becomes a problem, right? So with this energy of find those who inspire you to bloom, I want to take a look at your card again. Well, I want you to see it. I have it in front of me. But the card that you chose is like a hand. And first, there's 2 hands, they're touching. Friend A is touching friend B. And friend B is growing some beautiful flowers. And then after a while, friend A is still continuing to touch friend B. And friend B's flowers bloom and they spread and they grow, right? So they're kind of showing me, that very popular picture that goes around online of like one strawberry and it's like a fresh red strawberry, and then another strawberry and it's like a moldy strawberry, and the mold from one strawberry is starting to infect and make the other ripe strawberry become moldy as well. That's the kind of energy that we're having, okay, in pile number 2. So a couple things that's coming through around you releasing. There's some experiences that you've had around not just people who feel jealous of your dreams and who feel jealous of your potential. That is impacting you. Okay, so we have to talk about Pisces energy a little bit. You don't have to be a Pisces. You don't have to be watching this during the full moon in Pisces. This is just this like archetype that's being represented. Okay. When we're having a conversation about Pisces energy, Pisces is mutable. That means it's changeable. It's adaptable. That really means that it's sensitive. Okay, mutable signs can best be described as porous. They're going to change and adapt depending on the environment that you put them in. Pisces is a mutable sign and it's a water sign. And so water signs are very emotional and they're very psychic. So when we have Pisces, this mutable sign that's porous, it's changeable, it's adaptable, and it's a water sign that is emotional and psychic, you have someone whose energy is incredibly sensitive to the emotions and the states of people around them. Okay, for some of you, you might identify as an empath, you might identify as being clairsentient. You don't have to, but these are just a couple messages coming through. So what I'm seeing for you, pile number 2, is that you have people around you that either, one, they are secretly, subconsciously jealous of you and the way that you're shining, and or you have people around you that are not pursuing their dreams. Regardless, this energy is negatively impacting you. And it's not just about oh, I'm just going to do evil eye protection. I'm just going to have an evil eye bracelet. I'm just going to protect my energy and all these things. Of course, you should be doing that. Of course, that is a part of your spiritual maintenance. That is a part of your self-care. Protecting yourself and protecting your energy, that is absolutely a part of it. However, getting a little bit into what you're embracing, you want to be around people. You need to be around people that pull your dreams and desires out of you and that push you into the spotlight. In other words, that could quite literally be the case, but what I'm really feeling is like inspiring. You know those people. When you hang out with that homegirl, or when you listen to her talk, when you listen to her podcast, when you hear her life story, when you read her book, you start to feel tuned in, tapped in, turned on. You start to feel like, yeah. You start to feel like, yeah, I can do this shit. Yeah. And I am capable. Yeah. And let me go buy a fucking calendar. And let me go get a fucking planner. Yeah. Yeah. And let me set my alarm for 5:30 in the morning a.m. sharp tomorrow. And when I wake up tomorrow, I'm going to go for a jog. I'm going to go for a run. And I'm going to do a little yoga. And I'm going to watch the sunset. And I'm going to watch the sunrise. And I'm going to go on a hike. And you know, like those people that you're around. And when you're just with them, you can't see it, but maybe you can hear it in my voice. I'm moving. You're moving. To be around them is to be inspired. Because they're like, yeah, I'm doing the damn thing. And I love this shit. And I'm going after my goals. And I'm reaching my goals. And I'm an overcomer. And I'm a winner. And winners win. And you're like, yeah. You're like, yeah, bitch. Period. To be loved. Yeah. And I'm a winner too. And I like to be a winner too. And I want to go on a walk with you in the morning. And I want to hear more of what you have to say. Yeah. Yeah. And reading your manuscript inspired me to start working on the next chapter of my book. Yeah. You understanding what I'm saying? Some of the people that you're surrounding yourself with are moldy fruit. No tea, no shade. That doesn't mean that they can't grow. That doesn't mean that they can't thrive. That doesn't mean that they don't have potential. It means they're not tapping into it. It means they're not seeking it out. And so you might be, no, it's fine. It's okay. I'm the only person that's fighting for her dream. I'm the only person that's fighting for the shit that she wants in her life. And it's fine because I got it and I got me and I'm good and da-da-da-da-da. But sometimes it's better when there's somebody else who's fighting next to you. Even if you're not fighting for the same thing. The people that we surround ourselves with influence us. And this is not just about your friends that you have, but this is also about the content that you consume. This is about the videos that you watch online. This is about the podcasts that you listen to. Maybe it's about the television shows that you watch. Maybe it's about the music that you listen to. Especially with this Pisces energy, siren energy, music is magic. And I'm not going to get into that weird conspirituality shit. Don't go to concerts. Don't take unnecessary journeys. They're harvesting your energy. It's not really all of that, okay? That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, let's say that I'm doing negative magic, okay? Let's say that I'm working on a hex. Doesn't happen often, but when I do it right. There are certain songs that I listen to while I'm getting into the energy of doing a hex that I wouldn't necessarily listen to every single day. I can't necessarily listen to certain songs by Tupac every single day. Grab your Glocks when you see Nath Hughes. Call the cops when you see Nath Hughes. You shot me, but you punks didn't finish. Now you're about to feel the wrath of a menace. Nigga, we hit him up. Now you tell me who won. I see them, they run. I can't do that every day. I can't do that. can't do that shit every day. Just getting into the energy. My body is hot. Papa Molly, I'm sweating. No, seriously. Seriously, my body is hot. Two to three lines of that song. My energy, my subconscious mind. Everything in my being is like, excuse me, what's going on? Are we angry? Are we fighting? It gets me into an energy and it gets me into a mode. I'm a fucking warrior and I'm the baddest bitch on planet Earth. Don't fuck with her because she will end you. Real shit. I can't do that every single day. Every day, I'm not going to the battlefield every single day. Sometimes me being a warrior looks like me being a Black woman experiencing peace and serenity and happiness and joy and relishing in the goodness of life. Every day is not a fighting day. Every day is not a war day. You know what I'm saying? So certain songs and certain music is going to bring you to a certain place energetically. Even a couple of years ago, this was a rule that I made for myself way back when I was dealing with the incident. And I would be sad and upset over that experience. I would put on the song, Me, Myself, and I by Beyonce. And I would be in my bed and I would be crying, crying, crying. All the ladies, if you feel me, help me sing it out. I can't believe I believed everything we had would last. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Foolish of me to, we can't even go there. Because I was crying. But while I was crying and while I was releasing and wallowing in my own sadness a little bit, or a lot of it, what was I affirming? I was telling the story, me, myself, and I. That's all I got. In the end, that's what I found out. And it ain't no need to cry. I was definitely crying. I took a vow that from now on, I'm going to be my own best friend. Mind you, I am still my very best friend. I love her dearly. Love her down. But also, I had to stop listening to that song and singing that song every single time I was heartbroken by a man because actually, I'm late for a very important date. Speaking of Alice in Wonderland, I'm getting married in the Northeast. There's a French roll hairstyle with my name on it. Amen? I can't get into the energy of me, myself, and I. That's all I have because that's not what I want to live. That's not who I want to be. That's not the experience I want to have next week or next month or next year. I can't get into the energy and keep singing and crying and carrying on about I only have me. I can only rely on me. I'm the only person that I have in the world. That was true for a time. Is that what I want to continue to experience? Is that who I want to continue to be? Absolutely not. So, when I experience heartbreak with men or relationships or different things like that, I will cry. I will put on the music that I need to hear, right? All I Ask by Adele. Baby, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I will listen to the songs that I need to listen to. I will cry the tears that I need to cry. I will feel the feelings that I need to feel, but I will never take myself to that place of I'm alone. I have no one. I'll never be loved again. Because that's not helpful. That's not supportive. That's not where I'm going. That's not what I'm creating. Are you feeling me, pal number 2? So the message with this full moon in Pisces is that you're sensitive. And you have to treat yourself like you matter. You have to treat yourself like it matters how you feel. I watched Terrifier 1 and Terrifier 2 because I had been wanting to watch them. I don't even know what I saw online, but I was like, ooh, this looks kind of interesting. Maybe I'll watch these. And then I'm going to go to Halloween Horror Nights this year. So Art the Clown is like a really big thing at the event this year. And I'm like, okay, I should watch these movies. And so I watched the first one, which was like, okay, some things in it were disturbing, but you know, it's kind of funny, kind of over dramatic. Okay, I can see, maybe I can get into this. I watched the second one. It's not for me. It's not for me. And it really, really disturbed me, you guys. Not because of the images that I was seeing, because it looked so clearly fake to me. It didn't disturb me like I thought that it was real. It disturbed me like it triggered me as a woman who is aware of the abuses and harm that we experience as women in the world. And as I learned more about the director and like creator and like writer of the movies and shit, and he's like, this is not political at all. And I'm like, so you just like seeing young bitches get tortured? That's weird. That's suspicious. You know what I'm saying? So it made me feel uneasy and it made me start to feel sick. And I had to sit with myself because I'm like having trouble sleeping at night and shit. And I'm like, okay, what's really going on? Because I'm not scared of a demonic clown. But what was really going on was that it disturbed me. The idea and concept of somebody who could come up with those things, and then in the second movie, they're underage girls, and the way that things are portrayed and the way that the scenes are set up, and it's supposed to be a very XCS SC thing, but they're underage girls. They're girls that are in high school and they're dressed like this, and the way that the girls are, you know, just no, the scenes and certain things, it just, I don't like it at all. I don't like it even a little bit. It just seems like the target audience is not for me, but for men who are excited by women being treated very violently. Do you know what I'm saying? I didn't like that at all. That didn't sit well with me at all. So, based on that feeling, I won't watch the third movie. It's not because I'm a wimp. It's not because I'm scared. It's not because I can't handle it. It's because I don't like the way that it feels in my spirit. I won't do it. So with this full moon eclipse in Pisces, the message that's coming through for you from spirit is that you're sensitive. And you got to treat you like you matter. You got to treat you like it matters how you feel. There's a difference between healing. Let's say that you're on a sobriety journey. There's a difference between getting clean, surrounded by a group of people who are clean, who are very straight edge, or who are already at a further part along than you on their sobriety journey. There's a difference between that experience and going on your sobriety journey and visiting bars every single day, being with people who participate in the overconsumption of alcohol. Can you still successfully navigate that sobriety journey? Sure, nothing is impossible. But which environment is going to be more supportive? Which environment is it going to be easier for you to navigate that sobriety journey through? That's the conversation that you need to have with yourself. I love watching tarot readings so much. And I love so many readers and I love their personalities so much. But sometimes I have found myself watching videos that don't resonate with me, watching videos whose like the content doesn't make me feel uplifted. It makes me feel triggered. And I'm like, oh, I love this reader so much. And I love her personality so much. And I love being around her so much. It's not personal. It's not anything against her. However, I got to put me first, Lucius. And I can't keep clicking, and I can't keep watching, and I can't keep tapping into this energy every single day because it's lowering my vibe and is planting unsupportive thoughts and ideas in my head. And I'm allowing them to take root because I'm tapping into the energy every single day. What is a belief? A belief is a thought that you think over and over and over again. How is your dominant vibration established? Your dominant vibration is established by what you do repeatedly, what you do normally. I have the easiest time manifesting money and reaching my financial goals when I am listening to podcasts and courses, and I'm listening to women who are more successful than me, and I'm listening to women who are channeling messages that are supportive for me, and I'm listening to women who are talking about manifesting money and laws of attraction and laws of assumption and breaking down things in ways that are easy for me to understand. This full moon eclipse energy is saying it's not just everybody is so jealous of me and I have to cut everybody off because everybody is just so jealous. It's not about that. This full moon eclipse energy is saying there are certain energies that are not supportive to your growth. Think about it like plants. Plants are pretty particular when it comes to the growth and the expansion of them, right? If you put that plant in a soil that it does not like, that plant is going to pass. If you put that plant in an environment that it does not like, if it doesn't have the right temperature of the environment, if it doesn't get the right kind of sunlight, that plant will pass. Pile number 2, you have to decide. Are you ready for the growth that you desire? Are you serious about the growth that you desire? And if you are ready and you are serious, what environments are you willing to release in order to receive what you desire? So that you can move into an environment that's more supportive to your growth. And that doesn't mean that people have to get cut off and you never speak to them ever again. But maybe instead of hanging out with the girls every single Tuesday, Wednesday, Saturday, you say, hey, I'm going to see you guys next Saturday. Hey, I'm focusing on blah, 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 blah. I can't make it this Saturday because I've got plans to do. Da, 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 da. Love you guys lots. I'm not even necessarily getting this energy that there has to be this big confrontation or anything. Of course, communicate to people. Of course, have the conversations that you need to have. Of course, be an adult. But everybody can't get access to your energy. Because when you release that, what are you now setting yourself up to embrace? You're setting yourself up to tap into the energy of people who inspire you. People who make you feel like your dreams and your goals are possible. With the choices and decisions and mistakes and disgusting actions of the current administration. At the beginning of 2025, I really felt that. It felt like this doom and gloom was kind of cast over the country. At least over me. as a Black woman. And so I started to tap back into my own history. And as I listen to and read books like Black Fortunes, which is a book containing stories of the first wealthy Black people in America. These were Black people that were establishing wealth and financing social justice movements before the Civil War. And I started learning about the history of Black people and Black communities and Black wealth that was happening in like the Northeast. And then it's like the same stories, I believe, that were highlighted by, who did that campaign? Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren's latest campaign. I don't know if it was a Ralph Lauren and Morehouse collab, but it was definitely Ralph Lauren, and that history was highlighted there. So if you're familiar with that collection, then you know what I'm talking about. I started learning about that. And as I started learning more about that, and I started learning more about my history, and I started learning more about the opportunities that are always available to us, that feeling of limitation lifted. But if I were to spend my time reading articles and updates, I'm not saying don't be informed. Yes, you should be informed. Yes, you should be aware. Yes, you should be taking action that needs to be taken. If you are in the state of California, I believe that you should be voting yes for the gerrymandering that is happening or that is being proposed in our state 110%. Abso-fucking-lutely. Because midterms are coming up. And we need to stay ready so we don't have to get ready. And we need to take fucking democracy back, please, right now, for women's rights and gay rights, LGBTQIA plus rights. There's so much bullshit that's happening right now. We don't have time to get into it. Be informed, be aware, and also know when to unplug. And know when to tap into your own history. And know when to tap into the people that remind you that resistance has always been in existence and resistance efforts have always been successful. We've always been victorious as a people. We've always been progressing. And you're just the next generation of social justice warriors. And that's hot. So whether you're choosing to do things that advance social liberties and justice for people in your country, your community, your family, or you're stepping into next level wealth, which is also political, in a good way, we need more money in the hands of people that look like us, in the hands of people who have histories like ours, in the hands of people that are committed to social justice in the way that we are, right? If it's getting more money or getting that raise or getting that promotion, getting your business to a place where you can take on another employee. Because God knows if you're in the US of A, look at what is happening in the economy. Jesus Christ. We need more women who are business owners, that are wealthy and have the capacity to hire on support. We need more jobs. We need more people with the ability to stimulate this fuck-ass economy. Whatever it is that you are choosing to do, it's time to release the shit that's no longer serving you so that you can embrace and you can find and you can seek out environments that are going to leave you feeling inspired and lit up and supported and ready to fucking go. You need to be surrounded by music and movies and books, literature, art, content, friends, family members, people that make you feel ready to fucking go, that make you feel hopeful, that make you feel encouraged, that make you feel like your dreams are not only a possibility, but an inevitability. They are your destiny. Okay? Pile number 2, it is time for you to be the leader of your mind and the leader of your life and deliberately seek out and place yourself in environments that support your growth and expansion. All right? Comment down below, I'm claiming pile 2. If you were pile number 2 and this message resonated with you and you're claiming it, that was so, so good. And also, if you want to tap into a really supportive environment, today's featured program, it's called Evidently Easy. This is an amazing place for those of you that are wanting to start getting into more of my work, my programs. This Evidently Easy program is a great way for you to get tuned in, tapped and turned on to some amazing trainings and exercises. So Evidently Easy, it's currently on sale, and it's this value-packed miniature course, which is made to help you stop praising difficulty. So many of us are telling the story that struggle and strife is normal and acceptable and good. So many times when we win an award, when we get a job, when we make more money, we say shit like, I fought so hard for this. It was so hard. It was so difficult. That's putting difficulty up on a pedestal. The fact that you struggled for it doesn't make the degree any more valid. The fact that you really worked hard and had sleepless nights doesn't make having 6 figures in your business more valuable. The fact that you worked really, really, really hard to rise up the ranks in your career does not make your position in the C-suite that more prestigious. It doesn't. But a lot of us think that it does. And because we think that the struggle and the difficulty means that we're good enough, means that we're valuable, means that we're worthy and deserving of respect, we subconsciously seek out, we subconsciously co-create more opportunities for us to struggle. We make things harder on ourselves. We make our growth and expansion and success more difficult than it needs to be. Because we have to struggle in order to be respected. We don't want to be seen as a Nepo baby. Except we do get to be Nepo babies. We get to be children of the Most High fucking God. My dad does have all of the connections in the world. And I do get to be set up for life. And I do get to receive money and success and support with ease. I do get to be set up. And I don't have to be ashamed of that. So Evidently Easy is the program made to help you stop expecting to struggle, stop desiring, even subconsciously desiring to struggle your way towards success. And ultimately, it's made to help you actually allow your desires to manifest with less effort than ever before. So you can get more without doing more, right? And right now, until September 14th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, you can save between 216 and 222 when you enroll in this program. With the payment plan, you can enroll for as little as $50 today, and you'll get instant access to all of the modules. So, to learn more about the program, to look over your payment options, and get instant access to all of the modules, click the link in the show notes. And I look forward to serving you inside of this amazing, amazing program. Okay, my loves? All right, be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way over there. And we're going to look at the live chat, see if anything is going on, and then we'll move on to number 3. What a song. Yes, Bloom Together. Love the strawberry example. I refer to that all the time. Yes, yes, you do. Yes, we were piled too. Rach is Magic says it resonated from the jump, so I guess cheers my pile. LOL. I love it. Roach's Magic says, I claimed the chunk of pile 2 I walked into. Preach. Good. I'm so glad that you claim it and that it resonated with you. All right, my loves. We're getting ready to move into pile number 3, but I think that I need a snack. So we're going to take a really quick break, okay? I'm going to literally set my timer for 5 minutes. No, I'm going to set my timer for 7 minutes, and we're going to take a break before pile 3. Because I need to go and just grab a quick little snack and some water. All right, starting now. Oh God. Okay, divas. We're back. Alright, I hope everybody enjoyed our break. I got some crackers and cookies. Looking back on my countdown, it's so funny because I accidentally put 2 before the 3. Wait a second, what just happened? I don't know why I did that. My text should not have done that. Well, why did my text go back to finishing my crackers and then I started putting more crackers in my mouth? The universe was like, sister, you're not finished. Oh my goodness. Okay. I'm done. Okay. We're back. Okay. Let's jump into pile number 3 now. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. We are tapping into full moon Pisces eclipse messages. You can be watching this during the full moon Pisces eclipse, or you can be watching this during another full moon, or you can be just watching it because you want to watch it, girl. It's your prerogative, right? So, the card that you chose is 40. Sweet oblivion, uncertainty, fate, humor. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. So we're tapping into this full moon energy, and we're doing a spread that I created with an old friend of mine years ago. I am not done with these fucking crackers. I'm sorry. The snack that smiles back, goldfish, which is so in alignment because, you know, full moon in Pisces is the fish. Like, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to hear me talk with crackers in my mouth because I'm kind of hungry. I'm kind of hungry. Shit. Okay. Just put the video on like 2x speed if you want to skip through this part, okay? My goodness, goldfish crackers. I'm so sorry. This microphone is so fucking good. I hope that you're not getting a fucking ASMR special of me chewing these goddamn crackers. Oh my goodness. Okay. Anywho, so how y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. All right. It's a spread that was based on a spread that I created with a friend of mine years ago. It was a full moon. We did 2 cards. What are you releasing and what are you embracing after you release? And for the last 2 decks, I only did 1 card because the messages were coming through. For you, pile 3, the guides are telling me to pull a 2nd card. So the spread is typically, what are you releasing in order to gain? Card number 1, what are you releasing? Card number 2, what are you gaining? The idea and concept is that you're releasing one thing, and when you release that, you make space for something else to come in. So we have sweet oblivion for what you're releasing, and then we have emotions for what you're allowing in. Emotions, alchemy, processing, sensitivity, honoring the flow of all the emotions. So there's tears in one of these. Sweet oblivion. What you're being called to release with this Pisces full moon, especially because we know that Pisces is the stereotypical crybaby of the zodiac. Don't get offended. I'm a Pisces. This is just what they say about us. Also, if you listen to any of my readings, I do probably cry once a pile on average, you know? So they might have got that one right. Anyway, Pisces full moon. Full moons are a time of releasing, okay? This is just a time where you are astrologically and energetically and spiritually being supported in releasing things emotionally. So, what I see for you, pile number one, is a coping mechanism. A coping mechanism where you use humor in order to deflect how you feel emotionally. Okay, so this could be sarcasm. For some of you, you're very like, somebody here says like the phrase like, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I don't even care. I don't even care. But you do care. They're singing Beyonce in my head. I know you care. And the thing about it is that if you practice that for long enough, if you practice not caring and you practice not feeling, then you won't to the outside world and maybe even to yourself. But we are always feeling emotions. You can't turn emotions off, and you don't want to turn emotions off because emotions are a language. And I really am going to eat crackers throughout your reading. So if you don't like that shit, baby, pick another pile or pick another reader. Because I'm fucking hungry. Shit. Emotions are communication. Emotions are a language in and of themselves. Our emotions are communicating to us what we feel in response to what we are perceiving. So, for example, when we're feeling angry, our anger communicates many things to us. Our anger can communicate to us, I don't like that. I don't like being spoken to like that. I don't like being treated like that. Our anger is a really great way of communicating certain boundaries that we have around what makes us feel safe, what makes us feel secure, what makes us feel heard, what makes us feel respected. So, with a lot of women who are taught not to feel their anger, they're showing me two different women, even though you can all have these experiences in general. This is applicable to all people, but they're giving me two specific examples. They're giving me one example of white women and how white women culturally are taught not to express their anger because it makes other people upset. If you express your anger and you push back and you tell someone that you don't want to be treated that way, well, now you're making a big fuss. Now you're bringing all the attention on yourself. People aren't going to like you if you do that. Now you're creating tension because you're expressing your own anger, because you're expressing your own boundaries, because you're not letting me walk all over you. The second example is Black women. Black women culturally are told you shouldn't express your anger because then you're going to be the angry Black woman trope. When you express your anger, now I see you as aggressive. Now I'm scared. Now you're threatening me. When you express your anger, now you're just a mad, angry Black woman. In other words, in both of these examples, when women feel and express their emotions, their needs are not met. Their desires do not get manifested. Instead, they are ostracized. They are shamed. They are demonized. Maybe we would say vilified. You're the bad guy. How dare you respond to my disrespect in such a way that I find to be unpleasant? Pile number 3 is for the woman that was told again and again and again that her emotions inconvenience other people. This full moon eclipse in Pisces is saying it's time to let that shit go. You have a dam blocking your emotions, and it's about to overflow. You have a dam blocking your emotions, and it's about to overflow. You're singing Frozen. Let it go. Let it go. Can't hold it back anymore. I don't care what they're going to say. Let the storm rage on. The cold never bothered me anyway. You're holding back your emotions. You're holding back your feelings because if you express it, then they're going to give you the cold shoulder. Because if you express it, then they're going to say, we don't want you around. Because if you express it, then he's going to break up with you. He's going to ghost you. He's going to abandon you. For some of you, that's not even necessarily the case. But you were conditioned by your childhood experience, by your past experience, elementary school, home environment, whatever. You were conditioned by that experience to believe that there are very real negative consequences for you expressing your emotions. So the 5-year-old version of you that was told, stop crying before I give you something to cry about, that 5-year-old version of you is in the driver's seat of your life. Not the 26-year-old adult, not the 36-year-old, not the 42-year-old, not the 58-year-old, the 5-year-old is in the driver's seat. And that 5-year-old is saying, no, we cannot express how we feel. Because it's not safe. Because they'll get mad. Because they'll stop talking to me. Because they'll abandon me. Some of y'all had parents who, I'm hearing stonewalled. You had parents who gave you the silent treatment. You were being like shunned in your household. Somebody had to go and stand in a corner and time out. You learned when I express emotion, I am shut down. When I express unpleasant emotion, I am shut down. When I express unpleasant emotion, I am shut down. I'm shut out. I'm hurt. I'm made fun of. I'm bullied. And so you started to make jokes. I can't cry about the situation, but I can laugh about it. I can't cry about the situation, but I can make a snarky comment. I can't express that I'm hurt, but I can do this. I can't express it directly, but I can express it passive aggressively. It's time to let that go. I'm sorry. I know this is so deep, but when I tell you, bitch, I'm hungry. I'm sorry. And the reason that it's time to release is because the card you chose, card 40, Sweet Oblivion. She's in this teacup saying, it's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. And that's a lie. Pile number 3, you find yourself in situations. Perhaps you find yourself in a particular situation right here and right now where you're going, I don't know what to do. 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 This is not true. This is not true at all. Because your emotions are communication. Not only are your emotions communicating to you about your boundaries, how you feel, what you need to be safe, what you need to be secure, what you need to be happy, what you need to be fulfilled. Your emotions are also how you connect with your inner being. Your emotions are also how you connect with yourself on a soul level. Your emotions are also how you connect with your intuition. So you innocently started blocking off your emotions, ignoring how you felt. What you didn't know was that you were blocking off your intuition. Somebody here, you are psychic. Well, in general, everybody's psychic, but very specifically, there's somebody who has been tapped into their gifts, but had a moment where they're like, what's going on? I can't hear. I'm not receiving messages. What's happening? Did my guides leave me? Am I not receiving? Am I losing my gifts? No. You started blocking yourself off from your intuition. You started blocking yourself off from how you felt. It's like a tap. You can't open that tap and allow the water to flow only for your intuition. If you want access to that intuition, you want access to your higher self, you want access to your inner being, that is who you are on a soul level, that is your access to infinite intelligence that knows who you are and where you are in relation to where you want to be and exactly how to get you there. If you want access to that inner being and that infinite intelligence and support that's available to you, you've got to be tuned in, tapped, and turned on to how you feel. It's a package deal. For all of you. I'm seeing you in a situation or in multiple situations where you're going, I don't know, I'm so indecisive. This is perfect for Virgo season. Because you know, if anybody's going to overthink, it's going to be a Virgo. Why is that, Matthews? Because Virgo was ruled by Mercury, the mind. Hold on, I need another cracker. And you're just going to have to forgive me and love me unconditionally. You're just going to have to honor me as I am. Or click off. But don't comment about it in a negative way. Especially not during this Virgo season. In general, for the most part, 8 times out of 10, I try to be nice and I try to be cool to the trolls and I just block them. Today is not the day. This is not the moment. This is not the time. This is not the energy. This is not the season. Virgo season comes around, I start getting real clean and I start getting real mean. That's so funny because that's really what Virgos are. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to those Virgos. I love Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? Like, anyway, let's move on. So, what was I saying? Yeah. Hold on, it's coming back to me. You have access to your inner being who is infinitely intelligent. Virgo is ruled by the sign of Mercury. This is our thoughts. And so Virgos are incredibly brilliant and they're practical thinkers and they're detail oriented. But if they're not mindful, ironically enough, they can fall off the deep end. Because with Virgo, we see somebody that can always improve and can always get better. And so that makes them really good at finding flaws. If you're a Virgo person, if you're a sixth houser, you don't have to be. This is just the archetype. This is just the representation of the energy that I feel you being in to some extent. If you're a Virgo, then you're really detail oriented. And so you're always going to be able to find the flaw. You're always going to be able to find the thing that needs to be tweaked. It's like doing your eyebrows. Perfect example. I have Venus in the sixth house, which is comparable to Venus in Virgo. We all know how I am with my eyebrows. You're doing your eyebrows. Maybe you're tweezing them. Maybe you're waxing them. Maybe you're like me. You do the nair. And you think just a little bit more here. Just a little bit more here. Just one more hair. Just one more hair. And then one more hairs later, your unibrow is gone, but so is like the first half of your left fucking eyebrow. And you're like, oh my God, I've ruined it. I've ruined it. Virgo is like when you're doing your eyeliner and you're like, okay, this wing is a little bit higher than this wing. So I'm just going to add a little bit more to this wing and then I'm going to clean it up with a Q-tip. And you tweak and tweak and tweak. And finally, you look at your full face. One wing is up and the other wing is down. One wing is right and the other wing is left. One wing is north and the other wing is east. You know what I'm saying? Your eyeliner is crip walking all over your face. Seriously. That's Virgo energy. Because there's always going to be something that needs to be fixed. There's always going to be something that can improve. Virgo's strength is Virgo's weakness. Perfectionism is a drug. Something that Virgo has to learn and master is saying, okay, this is good enough. This is acceptable enough. Okay, hands off. I do no more. Because at some point there's a sweet spot. And if you keep tweaking, you'll fuck it up. Now, why did I go on that rampage? It was a really good one, but I'm like, what was the original point? All that work and what did it get me? Okay, Virgo, which is ruled by Mercury, they think thoughts. I have no idea. Okay, we're going to trust that it'll come back around. It's okay. I don't know what I'm doing either. So, taking it back to the main point, what you're releasing, you're telling the story that like, oh, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making the moves up as I go along. I have no idea what's going on. I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I don't know what to do. But it's not true that you're confused. It might be true that you're overthinking. It might be true that you're thinking yourself into a corner. It might be true that you're thinking yourself into stagnation. It might be true that you're trying to perfect your way out of your dreams. It might be true that you're being too hard on yourself, but it's not true at all that you don't know what to do. It's not true at all that you don't know where to go. It's not true at all that you don't know what your next right step is, because you have intuition. You have access to infinite intelligence, and you access your inner being through your emotions. You must pass through that. There's no other way around it. This full moon eclipse in Pisces is communicating to you that you need not only an emotional release, you need a good cry. There's a whole bunch of shit that's happening in my life right now that's making me want to cry. Good. That's for a reason. Let it out. Open up that tap and let your feelings flow. Gently and lovingly remove your 5-year-old self from the driver's seat of your life and place her so safely in a car seat in the back of the car, and slide into that driver's seat, slide into that leadership role and position of your life. And you will be able to see that the monsters turned out to be just trees. Some of the people, yeah, they're going to respond negatively to you expressing your emotions, whether it's sadness or anger or powerlessness or fear or anxiety or whatever. Some of them will. That's okay. You'll survive. Others of them won't. And regardless of what the people who are currently around you do or do not do, you get to live in an environment where you are supported, where you are surrounded by people that support you, that hold space for your emotions, that will hold you while you cry, that will support you and help you move through those feelings that you feel. Maybe it's a therapist. Maybe it's a friend. Maybe it's your ancestors. Maybe it's God. Full moon in Pisces, very spiritual. Virgo energy, also practical. We could go either way. It doesn't matter. Some of you, they're giving me a very specific sense of humor. Like, I'm going to try this thing, but I probably won't get it. LOL. Yeah, I'm going to go after my dreams, but, I'm probably not going to win. LOL. Ha ha ha. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. I want to get married, but men are the worst. LOL. I want to be held, but men suck. I hate that men suck. I hate that men suck so bad. Ha 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 ha. I'm laughing at this funny video online about hating that men suck so bad. But the truth is, that hurt you so deeply when the guy didn't show up. It hurt you so deeply when your dad was unreliable. It hurt you so deeply when the men that you wanted to show up for you didn't. Feel that. It's okay to feel that. It's safe for you to feel that. And it's safe for you to express that. When you release this I don't give a fuck about anything persona, you make room for, you make space for your emotions and your intuition. And that's what's going to get you out of this fucking mess. Whether it's a specific mess or a relationship dynamic with a person or a financial thing or something. Something. You're facing some specific challenge. It could be challenges in general. It's any challenge, but I feel that you have something specific in your world. And you're like, which way do I go, George? I don't know what I'm doing. Pile number 3, this energy was me. They're showing me myself when I was in college. I was talking about this. I don't remember when. But I look back at pictures of myself and I go, oh my goodness. You look so hardened. I look back at my pictures. I'm like, Diva, what? You're not even smiling. Why aren't you smiling? I know why she's not smiling, you know? There was a time in my life when I didn't cry. I never cry. And I would talk about it like it was something to be proud of. Wait, 1 second. I would talk about it like it was something to be proud of. You can't hurt me. Nobody can hurt me. I was a young Scorpio rising. You can't hurt me. You think you can hurt me? Nobody can hurt me. Nothing can hurt me. I don't feel anything. I'm bulletproof. I'm not sad. I actually don't give a fuck about anything. But that was the opposite of the truth. I care about everything. I'm so sensitive. Everything hurts me. Somebody commenting on my YouTube channel. Pile number 1 was Delulu. Bitch, you hurt my feelings. Fuck you. Because, and why would you say that about the work that I did that I just gave to you for free? That hurt me. Ouch. Healing my relationship with my emotions put me in a position where I could experience more happiness. What you want out of life and what you want right now, in terms of solutions, you want something that you believe it's going to bring more happiness into your life. And right now, you don't even have the capacity to hold that level of happiness. Because you're not letting yourself feel your full range of emotions. You can't be just, I'm happy all the time. I'm happy all the time. Every day I'm happy and I'm only happy and I only experience happiness. Happy, happy, happy. This is my happy song. I'm happy all the time. I'm happy all the time. You can't do that. That's not life. That's not real. That's not authentic. You're faking it. Or you're zombie land. I feel nothing. I have no response to anything. The guy that comes to my mind is Jalen Hurts, which I looked at Jalen Hurts. I looked at I haven't seen a lot of interviews, but just things that I've seen of him, like in, like on my fucking Twitter feed or something, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that he's not handsome. He's physically attractive. But I looked at the videos of him and I'm like, I don't understand the hoopla because, come on, girl, give us nothing. And that's just kind of a pet peeve of mine. Men that have no personalities, I find it to be irritating and boring. But based on what I saw from him and how he portrays himself, I assumed that man has to have earth sign in his chart down. He has to be earthed out. I don't know why. The other night I looked at Jalen Hurts' natal chart, and from what's like online, he has like a Leo sun, which like sure makes sense. Like Leo sports, yeah, whatever. He's like a star. He's like known. He has a Leo sun. I think he has like a Leo Mercury. He has like an Aquarius moon. And I'm like, oh, must be the fucking sun opposite moon. Must be that goddamn Aquarius moon that is so monotone and I feel nothing. And Aquarius can be so nonchalant. But if you really know Aquarius, you know they are the opposite of nonchalant. And then it makes me feel, sometimes I look at certain like celebrities or people's natal charts and then I just feel sad and I just have to click off. Like I looked at Mariah Carey's natal chart the other day and I don't know a lot of what has happened to her in her life. I've kind of heard a couple things, but like I looked at her chart, I looked at it for like 2 minutes and then I had to click off because I was going to start crying. I was like, oh my God, this is so sad. Oh my God, this is so sad. There are people in the world who show up and they're not expressing themselves. We're human. We're not robots. Another example of what I'm trying to say is like Beyonce and how Beyonce has evolved and changed and ebbed and flowed over the years from her Destiny's Child days where she was doing that interview and they asked her what animal she really liked and she was like, I really love whales. And then people thought that she was under the influence and it's like this whole spectacle. And, you know, she said it more recently, like 20 years after the fact. I wasn't under the influence. I was sleep deprived and overworked and all of these other things. And so you watched the difference between Beyonce in her early interviews versus as she experienced life in the industry and the way that people talk about her and tabloids and all of this stuff. And that she became more like monotone. She became more one-dimensional in the interview. You know what I mean? I don't want to say robotic, but she just wasn't as animated and lively and open with the world. And, you know, who could blame her? My pile number 3s are similar in this way, where you adapted this, I don't give a fuck, I don't give a shit response, or this robotic response. I'm not going to feel, I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to cry. I'm not going to beg. I'm not going to grovel. I'm not going to put in effort towards this. I'm not going to fight for this. I don't care. You were just always going to leave my life anyway. I don't care. You were always going to fire me from the job anyway. I don't care. You were never going to buy from my business anyway. I don't give a shit. But it's not true. Sweetheart, you do care. And that did hurt you when they said that about you. And that did hurt you when they treated you in that way. And that experience, it was painful. And that's okay. And when you allow yourself to feel that and you honor that that hurt, when you honor that emotion, when you honor that experience, you let those emotions flow, then you can embrace how you feel. You're going to start becoming more aware of your intuition, because your intuition and your inner being is constantly trying to ping you, is constantly trying to communicate to you. Hey, we should go here. Hey, we should try this. Hey, we should try this food. Hey, we would really like reading this book. That would really inspire us. Hey, we should go for a walk to move our body. Hey, we should have some more vegetable. Your inner being is constantly sending you guidance meant to support your mental, emotional, physical, psychological well-being. But you can't hear that guidance. So you're going, I'm confused. I don't know. Not true. The answer for what is your right next step is not in looking at the logic and looking at the data. The answer to the question, what is my next right step, is in your intuition. It's in your emotions. Go listen to pile number 1, because we talked more about that, about belief, so I don't have to go into that again. It's time for you to embrace your sensitivity. You're sensitive. That's okay. It's time for you to embrace the fact that you have feelings and emotions. You're supposed to. That's human, and it's brilliant. It serves a purpose. It doesn't make you weak. Some of you were taught or around that kind of like popularized way of thinking, which is like, I'm going to protect myself, so I'm never going to believe in anything. What is that? What do they say? To never experience disappointment, expect nothing. That's stupid. I'm sorry, it is. Have expectations for life. And if you experience disappointment, that's okay. You can handle disappointment. You can move through a negative feeling. And then choose to have a positive expectation again anyway. Choose to continue having the positive expectation until you get what you want. It's going to pay off. But you're not going to get to where you want to go from where you are. You want something, you want a home, you want a lifestyle, you want an income level, you want a relationship that is going to bring you in so much happiness and joy and fulfillment. But you don't even let yourself feel. So the relationship could come tonight. You wouldn't even be as happy as you imagine you'd be, because you don't let yourself feel. You don't let yourself experience happiness. You don't let yourself experience the full amount of joy. Because after joy comes pain. So I'll have a little bit of joy. I'll experience just a tiny bit of the joy, because I only want to experience a tiny bit of the pain. You are opening yourself up to feel, and it is vulnerable, and that's okay. You can handle a negative emotion. You can. And if you don't know how to handle your negative emotions, it's a skill that anybody can develop. You can learn it in a book. You can learn it in a program. You can learn it in a course. Whatever. Comment down below. I'm claiming pile number 3. If this is your pile, if it helped you and made you feel supported, okay? And if you want even more support, today's featured program is one of my newest programs, actually. It's a mini course. It's called Evidently Easy, and it is currently on sale. Evidently Easy is my course that helps you to dethrone difficulty. For you, pile number 3, the way that you put difficulty up on a pedestal is you basically are praising the zombie landness of it all. And that is creating strife for you. It's like you are believing or under the impression that not feeling is a good thing. that not being emotional is a good thing, that it makes you strong, that it makes you a winner, that it makes you somebody who's growing and expanding. But it's not true. It's actually creating difficulty in your life. And so evidently easy will help you to work through and release the shame and the guilt and the fear that you feel around your emotions. And it's going to help you to stop telling that story that having emotions and expressing emotions is weak and feeling emotions is weak, because evidently easy specifically really focuses on the emotions. We work with and we work through the emotional guidance scale in the program. So this is like perfect for you. It's the perfect program for the woman who's wanting to dip her toe into working with me, dip her toe into my programs, but you're looking for a smaller financial investment. You can save between $216 and $222 on the program, and you can join for as little as $50 today. So this is the perfect time to join the program. It's the perfect time to dive in. I really, really love it. The course is going to be on sale until Sunday, September 14th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And yeah, I hope that you enroll. If you want to learn more about the program, you can look over the payment options and you can get instant access by enrolling when you click the link in the description box. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. So happy to serve you. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe on your way over to the Evidently Easy program. And with all of that good stuff being said, I'm going to head to bed. Just kidding. I'm going to look at what's going on in the live chat if there's anything, and then I'm going to head to bed. LOL. Your spiritual assistance in the ethers. I don't know what you're referencing, but yes, I'm sure I would find it funny. Hi, Kayla. I'm about to cry. This is me, pile 3. I'm so glad that that was helpful to you, my love. Crying is so good, so healthy to release. Jordan says, now I want something salty. Loving the ASMR. Good. I'm happy that you like it. I'm happy that at least one person loves it. Yes. So good. Literally so good. The goldfish are so good. Jordan said, I was dreaming about snacking last night. All through the night. Best believe I understand when a snack is needed. It is real. Yes, you get it. You get it, diva. Jordan says, me with a Virgo mama? Yep. Yes. You get it. Jordan says, OMG. The eyebrow example. Yes. And the eyeliner. Yes. The pile truly chose me. Jordan, yes. First, I gave the eyebrow example because it was me. And then I thought about you with the eyeliner because you said that on a live. Like a couple weeks ago, or the last time I did my eyebrows, you were like, this is me with my eyeliner. And I was like, yes, because I don't really do winged eyeliner for that specific reason. It's not something that I ever practiced because it just pissed me off. The vibe of the girl doing her hair all mad, like, why this one go like whoop and the others doing like, oh. Okay, I don't know the reference, but I'm getting the energy and I know that's hilarious and I know that we're like on the same vibe. Like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Jordan says, yes, there is no perfect way to. You got to have a hands-off moment. Yes, we love it and we leave it alone. Amen. Tia says, damn, I needed this. Good. I'm so happy to serve you. Jordan says, love Evidently Easy. Thank you. It's an amazing program. And I love that you love it. All right, Bookies. Thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight. Happy full moon eclipse in Pisces once again. And I will talk to you guys in tomorrow's pick a card reading. I'm sending you so much love. Everybody have sweet dreams. And I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye.